Hello, welcome class. So in today class we are going to study chapter number 7th of class 9th NCRT, and the topic which we are going to start right now is describing motion. In last class we have completed the introduction of this chapter and learned about what is distance and what is displacement. In today's class we are going to study about what is uniform motion and what is non-uniform. Okay, so motion is divided into two categories. Okay, motion is divided into two categories. One is uniform motion. Uniform means equal. Okay, uniform motion, and other is non-uniform motion. So we are going to learn that what is uniform motion and what is non-uniform motion. Okay, so let's begin by a simple example. Consider an object moving along a straight line. Let us consider that any object is moving along a straight line. Let it travel 5 meter in first second. In first second, that object traveled 5 meter in 1 second. 5 meter more in next second. In next second, it traveled 5 meter in 1 second. And in third second, that object traveled 5 meter. And then in fourth second, that object traveled 5 meter. So what you are getting from this example, that the object is covering equal distance in equal interval of time. Let's assume your father is driving in a clear road. It means there is no traffic, okay, no speed breakers. So he will cover equal distance in equal interval of time, like this example, that object is covering equal distance, 5 meter of distance in equal interval of time. It means that in each second, that object is traveling 5 meter. Clear class? In this case, the object covers 5 meter in each second. As the object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, that object is said to be in uniform motion. So this is the definition of uniform motion, that if an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, that then the object is said to be in uniform motion. Clear class? Clear? This is the definition. There is one condition, that the time interval in this motion should be small. In compared to whole motion, the time intervals which we are taking should be small. Okay, but uniform motion are very less in real life. In real life, there are more non-uniform motion, because there are always some speed breakers or or crowd or traffic which change the this equal distance and in equal time interval concept. So in our daily to daily life we come across motion where object cover unequal distance. We are still taking time intervals as equal, but the distance covered by in those time intervals are unequal. For example, from your school bus you are going home, from school to home. Okay. First, the path was very clear. So the bus covered 7 meters in 1 second. After that, after then you hit with a traffic. So your speed become 2 meter in 1 second. Then there was a stop sign. You have to stop there. So you have covered 0 meter in 1 second. Then you again take a pace and you covered 5 meter in 1 second. This type of motion is very common in our daily to daily life. And this type of motion where object cover unequal distance in equal interval of time is known as non-uniform motion. Okay, this is the example of non-uniform motion. Okay, and what it means, unequal distance in equal interval of time. Okay, class. So this is the definition of non-uniform motion, and I have gave you the example of non-uniform motion. So when an object cover unequal distance in equal interval of time, for example, when a car is moving on a crowded street, okay, then you can't go with a same speed. You have to sometime accelerate to increase the speed, and sometimes you have to press the brake to decrease the speed because it's a crowded street. Or a person is jogging in a park. If a person is jogging in a park, sometime it will pace up, sometime it will slow down, that person will slow down. So it is an example of non-uniform motion. Okay, non-uniform motion. So now motion is divided into two parts. One is uniform motion, another is non-uniform motion. What is uniform motion? When an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, then that object is said to be in uniform motion. And when an object covers unequal distance in equal interval of time, then that object is said to be in non-uniform motion. Is it clear, class? Let's do one activity. I will show you one table and there is a data regarding the motion of two different objects A and B. We have to examine that data and we have to uh, tell which one is which one object is in uniform motion and which object is in non-uniform motion. Dear class, so these are the given time. Okay, this is the data of object A, distance traveled by object A in meters, and distance traveled by object B in meters. This is the data that at morning 9:30 a.m., the distance traveled by A is 10 meter, B is 12 meter. After 15 minutes, 9:45 a.m., the distance traveled by object A becomes 20 meter, and for B it is 19 meter. At 10 a.m. for A, it is 30 meter and in B is 23 meter. And similarly, we have taken the readings of 11 till 11 a.m. when distance traveled by the A is 70, where B is 45 meter. 45 meter. Okay. So, what is the definition of uniform motion and non-uniform motion? The definition of uniform motion is equal distance covered in equal interval of time, and non-uniform motion is unequal distance covered in equal interval of time. And we have to answer which object is in uniform motion and which object is in non-uniform motion. Okay, so first let's check, does the time intervals are equal or same. So what is the time interval between 9:30 and 9:45 a.m.? It is 15 minutes. Okay, 9:45 to 10, 15 minutes. 10 to 10:15 is 15 minutes. 10:15 to 10:30, 15. 10:30 to 10:45 is 15. And 10:45 to 11 is 15. So time interval is equal. 15 minutes time interval. Okay. Now let's check the distance interval. What is the distance interval here? 10 meter in 15. Okay. Here is also 10 meter. 10. So object A is covering 10-meter distance in 15 meter. Okay. We begin with the 10 meter. After 15 minutes, it has covered 20 meters. So that uh, it has covered 10 meter in that 15 meter in 15 minutes. Okay, so object A is covering equal distance in equal time interval. So object A is in which type of motion? Uniform or non-uniform? Object A is in uniform motion. Now let's talk about object B. Okay, so object B at 9:30 a.m. it has already covered 12 meter. In 9:45 a.m. after 15 minutes, the object B has covered 7 meters. Then after it has covered 4 meters. After that it has speed up and it has covered 12 meter. Okay, we are subtracting. Then after that the object B stops and it has only covered 2 meter. After that it has covered 4 meter, then 3 meters. So object B is covering unequal distance in equal interval of time. So object B is in non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion. Clear, class? So from this example, it is clear to us that which type of motion is uniform motion and which type of motion is non-uniform motion. Okay. For uniform and non-uniform motion, time interval should be equal. And then we will check which one thing distance is equal or not. If distance is equal, then the motion is uniform motion, and the distance is unequal, then the motion is non-uniform motion. Now let's examine these two pictures. In first picture, okay, there is a cricket match going on. Okay, and we are seeing it on a television. Okay, and bowling speed is given in kilometer per hour. That the bowler is there are 6 balls in 1 over. Okay, first ball was thrown with the speed of 140 kilometer per hour. Second at the speed of 143 kilometer per hour. 135, 145, 132, 130 kilometer per hour. And second picture is that there is a stop sign which gives speed limit of 50 kilometer per hour. Speed limit sign. Okay, now what these two pictures indicate, let's discuss it. What physics? So first of all, first situation. If the bowling speed is 143 kilometer per hour, what does it mean? What do you understand by 143 kilometer per hour? What you understand from this? 143 kilometers per hour. It means that the if you throw that ball with the speed of 143 kilometer per hour, it means that that ball will cover 143 kilometer in 1 hour. It means that, okay, 143 kilometer per hour. And what does that signboard symbolize? That speed limit is 50 kilometer per hour. 50 kilometer per hour is speed limit, means means you can only cover till 50 kilometer in 1 hour. You can't go more than it. It's your limit. Your vehicle can go, but you cannot go with that speed. So different object may take different amount of time to cover one distance. Okay, that ball was covering 143 kilometer per hour, and the speed limit for the truck was 50 kilometer per hour. So the truck can only cover 50 kilometers in 1 hour maximum. Some of them move fast and some of them move slow. So what thing will indicate that which object is moving fast and which object is moving slow? Okay, like we have two speed limit. One was 143 kilometer per hour and one was 50 kilometer per hour. According to you, which one is fast? 143 kilometer per hour or 50 kilometers per hour? You will say, ma'am, this one is fast and this object is slow. So how you indicated that this 143 kilometer per hour is fast and 50 kilometer per hour is slow? Because at equal interval of time, both objects are covering different distance. One is covering more distance than compared to other one. So 143 kilometer per hour is covering greater distance in given time period. So this object is fast. So the rate at which object can be different, moves can be different. The rate means time. Divide by time is known as rate. Okay. The rate at which object move can be different. Also, different object can move at same rate. Suppose one car and one bike, both are covering 55 kilometer per hour. So these are two different objects, but these two objects are moving with same rate and covering same distance. So these two objects has same speed. One of the way of measuring the rate of motion of an object is to find out the distance traveled. Okay, how can you check the rate? How can you measure the rate of the motion? That how fast or how slow the motion is? How can you measure it? You can measure it by dividing distance with time. Okay, then you can check which object is moving fast or which object is moving slow. So to measure the rate, what you can do, you can divide distance with time. That in how much time interval, how much distance is getting covered, that's how you can indicate that object is fast or slow. And this quantity is known as speed. Okay. What is speed? Speed is distance divided by time. What is speed? Speed is distance divided by time. This is speed. Okay. And what is the standard unit of distance? The standard unit of distance is meter. And what is the standard unit of time? The standard unit of time is second. So the speed is, the SI unit of speed is meter per second. The standard unit of speed is in meter per second. Clear class? Clear? Okay. Represented by m divided by s or meter second inverse. Okay. -1 power is inverse. Okay. As we know that the distance has many units, for example, kilometer, meter, centimeter, foot, miles. Okay, so distance has many units. Similarly, speed will also have many units, as speed can be measured in centimeter per second or in kilometer per hour. Okay, but in physics language, the standard unit of speed is in meter per second. Clear? Okay. To specify the speed of an object, we require only its magnitude. Like in the example of that truck one example, that the speed limit is 50 kilometer per hour. We haven't indicated direction, okay? Only magnitude is getting indicated. So speed only required magnitude. It does not require any direction. Does not require any direction. Clear class? So speed only require magnitude. It does not require in which direction the uh, truck is going. It only requires the magnitude. Speed of an object not need to be constant. Speed is not required to be constant. Speed can change continuously with respect to time. Okay, in most the case, object will be in non-uniform motion, because we know that in our daily life we mostly uh, get the non-uniform motion. So speed can't be constant, it can be changing continuously, and to calculate the change we use generally the term average speed. Okay? Object is covering unequal distance. Okay, so on in equal interval of time. Why don't we calculate why don't we calculate the average speed? What is his average speed, the object speed? Okay, average. And we can say that on average, this object is moving with this speed. Okay, and what will be the formula of average speed? The formula of average speed is total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Suppose that an object is covering 4 meter in 1 second. Then it is covering 0 meter in seconds. Okay. Then that object is covering 1 second, and then object is covering, let's suppose, 8 meter in another second, and 3 meter in 1 second. So how we will calculate the average? Average is total distance travel. It means we have to first sum all the distance. And what is the total distance? 4 plus 5, 9, 9 plus 1, 9 plus 8, 17, 17 plus 3, 20 meter, divided by total time taken. And what is the total time? 5 seconds. Okay. So what will be the average speed? The average speed will be the 4 meter per second. So the object on average is moving with the speed of 4 meter per second. So whenever you get in non-uniform motion, you have to calculate the average speed of the object. Is it clear, class? So this is the formula of average speed, and it is one of the most important formula of this chapter. Average speed is equal to total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Okay, let's move on. So let's talk about some symbols. In physics, we use symbol because we don't want to write, like we cannot write distance divided by time every time. So we will use some symbol. The symbol for distance is S. The symbol for time is T, and the symbol of uh, speed is V. And we know the relation that speed is equal to distance divided by time. Distance is V, speed is V, distance is S, and time is T. So this is the formula of speed in symbol form. V equals to S by T. Okay, this is the formula written here. V equals to S by T. This is the formula of speed. Is it clear, class? So, in today's class, we have started the topic uniform motion and non-uniform motion. First, we learned about what is uniform motion. When an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, then the object is said to be in uniform motion. And when an object covers unequal distance in equal interval of time, then the object is said to be in non-uniform motion. After studying about uniform motion and non-uniform motion, we come to know about a new term known as speed. And what is speed? Speed is simply distance divided by time taken, or the rate of uh, distance. It helps us to measure which object is moving fast and which object is moving slow. The formula of speed is distance divided by time, but this formula is mainly applicable for uniform motion. For non-uniform motion, we use the concept of average speed, where average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time taken. So this all topic we studied in today's class. In next class, we will continue this topic, and then we will learn about what is velocity. It is very new term for us. So I will see you in next class. Thank you so much.